First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And you look at this Saints defense. This unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's try to get to that number 1 spot.
Throwing now is Stroud. Got his man, Dell. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Stroud to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number 1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Fields. Now quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
And that going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Fields now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, here's Fields. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Fields changing the play. Dobbins will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And now they'll shift things around.
It's now 3rd and goal.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Stroud. On a slant, here's Collins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good for the Saints.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
In motion right, Olave. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Shaheed going to go in motion. On 4th down, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Fields. A throw on the money there to Doolin. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
To the air again, Fields. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Here we go on 4th down, Fields. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Again, Fields. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ashton Doolin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is this. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here we go.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Saints.
They'll run with Dobbins.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. To throw is Fields.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fighting his way through contact.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Going up top.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Final play of the half, Stroud.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
A final shot before break. Stroud, and that is incomplete here. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Second, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Back to throw. Fields. That one out wide and intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got 1 on us, and just not let it turn into more.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Mixon with a first down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Rolling to his left.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Here's Stroud.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Stroud now on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Saints will have the football back.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now it's Fields. He completes it to Olave.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Fields.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Dueling the man in motion. Now Fields.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
Things are looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it first and 10.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A shotgun snap, Fields. That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
17 more yards. That's another Saints first down. First and 10.
Dueling the man in motion. Throwing again is Fields. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
A gain of a good. Brings up second and 9 at the 20-yard line.
Fields now to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
From the gun on third down, Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Texans defense stands tall.
Stroud looking to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Mix it up the middle. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Now Stroud.
Dumps it off to Mixon. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it third down.
Stroud to throw it.
That's complete. It's Collins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Fourth down. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 3 quarters have come and gone.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 1.
Inside handoff to Nixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
It's Mixon on the counter, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far. And it's cost them.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
Left side caught by Diggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Saints 14, Texans 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Fields. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try to chip away this timing.
They'll run with Mixon, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Here's Stroud.
Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Nico Collins.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. It gets this complete to Shaheed. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 72 yards.
And the Saints strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Back to throw. Stroud.
He'll get this complete to Collins.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Now Stroud.
To Mixon on the check down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's Stroud.
And this is going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. Stroud to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down, Houston.
Stroud back to throw.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Stroud looks to throw.
It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here's Stroud. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
To throw is Stroud.
Toward the pylon, caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual.